Oh my God. That's a bear. It's actually a bear. Oh, there he is. So today I'm walking around with the new Panasonic G9 II, and I'm excited to test this thing out. This is pre-production, so I'm getting my hands on this first before anyone else, along with their updated brand new 100 to 400 millimeter, and this should be pretty cool. It's a Leica lens, and so we're gonna kind of see how this combo works. They've made a lot of upgrades to it. The Panasonic G9 II especially. Most excited about which I am their new bird detection eye autofocus, but even more so actually their pre-burst function. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to test this out today too much, but they have a 60 frame per second pre-burst function that will backlog photos up to 1.5 seconds. So just like kind of pro capture on the OM systems, or I believe Sony has, or Nikon at least has the same right now. Can't remember all the brands that do, but excited to test this out for the first time ever on a Panasonic camera. I was camping over here last night, decided just to come out for the first time ever with this G9 II to this riverside here, get to play with it for my first time and see if I like some of the results. This thing can also shoot handheld high-res photos. So again, theoretically, I can shoot up to 100 megapixel photos handheld, down to something like 1/15 of a shutter speed. And so that would be fun to test out sometime too. I don't know if I will today, but we'll see. Thought that was a squirrel for a second. Oh, it was. Poor guy looks cold. Looks like he's shivering. Totally shivering. So that was handheld at around 300 millimeters, and that was incredibly stable. So that's pretty sweet. We'll have to play around with that some more, see how that turns out. That's so funny. I literally thought that was a squirrel back there, but then I was talking myself out of it, and I was like, oh, that's just a little dead snag or a little dead twig on the side. And sure enough, it started moving. What a gorgeous morning it is here. I'm in the sequoias, land of the biggest trees on earth. There are no redwoods in this specific grove, but that's the national park I'm in. Birds are awfully quiet this morning. Oh, I saw something. Let's keep moving. Some gymnastics right there. Got Junko back in there. Kind of want to find something a little better to test this on, like a woodpecker, sapsucker. Here are stellars. I am also hearing, I believe, red-breasted nuthatch high up in the trees. But those likely are too high up. Ultimately, I was expecting for this to be a pretty dry morning in terms of our photographs, but more of just a fun time out and getting to walk around. Hopefully take a few shots, test this out a little. First impressions. Try the river again. I think it's time to press away from the river now. Gonna move out towards the hill, see if we have any luck over there. Ooh, it's quiet today. Besides this junco and the one warbler, I haven't seen anything. These parts of the Sierras get very quiet this time of year. They're pretty sparse for the most part, always. But breeding season, at least, you're hearing a lot of calls and chirping, and they're moving around trying to feed their young ones. But by this time of year, they've just started to all migrate out, and the ones that are left aren't so active, making this really tricky. I'm thinking I might actually wind up going back to those junco because there's just nothing out here. And the sun hasn't come up. I think it's behind that mountain on that side, on my left side, and unfortunately might not come up anytime soon and before I have to go. Man, I'm hearing those nuthatch all above us, but I can't see any. They're so high up. Shoot. Yeah, let's go back. The junco and that warbler back there. Might as well grab a picture of that when I can't get anything else, right? I think I saw something move back down there. No, maybe not. This might be the spot. There we go. Got something. It's pretty dang dark, but man, it's so dark still, even though it's theoretically 30 minutes past sunrise. That sun has not come up at all. Dark-eyed Junco right back in there though. At least we got something of him. Well, autofocus worked phenomenally there when he's pretty prominently displayed. It was lightning fast, just snapped like that to it. Originally I had focus maybe whew. All right, he just flew off. He gave me some good time with it though. And wow, oh, that was an awkward position. I don't know if you could tell here, but kind of like sitting on some logs supported above the ground, and I was like leaning off the side of the log over here, trying not to fall as I snap those photos. Instead of a Junco, which isn't, you know, anything new for me, but with that being said, weren't bad shots. Not the best, but at least something. I'll take it right now. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. That's a bear. It's actually a bear. Oh my goodness. I caught him too late. That was actually a bear. It was a black bear. But he walked past. Okay, don't follow me, Locke. Maybe I can get him. He's probably gonna be too far, but oh, let's go under again. In this area, these are black bears. They are not the crazy grizzlies I was working with before. He didn't even notice me at first, but he was behind the brush. I couldn't get focused onto him. Oh my goodness, I've never been that close to a bear. He did look a little young. I'm not a bear person, but it did look pretty tiny even for a black bear. Oh, there he is. He's got a tag on him. Looking for something. There's my chance. I want his head to pop up. Come on, buddy. Give me one shot. All I asked for. Nope. gonna get out of his way. Oh, he spotted me and he turned back. Well, I guess it's my cue to leave him be. Yep. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to keep working on this guy, I am going to let him be. It's just better if I let him do his thing and we don't disturb him anymore. Man, what an incredible creature though. As you can tell, way different from the grizzlies. Whereas with grizzlies, you get out of their way. The black bears are not so bold. They will kind of get out of your way. They're kind of scared of you. A little timid. So obviously if you got into a fight with one, you wouldn't win. But I am going to, just in case he's down by the river, from a distance right here, I'm going to see if I can go down by the river and see him. But chances are no, and I will not make any attempts to further pursue him. Yeah, no vantage point here. And from back here, no visibility. Nothing. So I think I'm done with him. Yep. Wow, what a cool moment though. Oh my God. Incredible. You know, ever since my Yellowstone video, I do have a new fascination for bears that I didn't before. I mean, I've always liked bears, but now I get just as excited about them as I would other animals. And so, yeah, pretty cool. Let's see what the best way back is. Yeah, let's maybe go this way. I cannot believe that bear just walked right by me. That was incredible. I don't know if you guys could see it on the GoPro, but out of my peripheral, I just saw him, like right on the other side of the bush. And I was like, oh my God, that's a bear. At first I felt a little bit of timidness. I was like, holy crap, you're gonna get eaten. So that's why I turned back around. I moved over the log behind me because I didn't want to get pinned in a corner. And then I decided to wait for him to pass by that little gap there. As he passed by, he stopped behind the bush because I think that's when he started to recognize me, just before he was about to pop out. If he would have popped out, I would have gotten a shot there. But because he stopped there, I did not wind up getting a shot. He was behind the bushes, and unfortunately, the camera did not tack autofocus in that moment. And I'm playing with autofocus today, and not manual as much. So, prohibited me. Man, but look at this 400 millimeter image stabilization. No post stabilization applied, and these are the results. This is pretty dang phenomenal. That's 400 millimeters. Ooh, there we go. Here's my, okay, come on. the warbler. Try some pre-burst. Okay, so what I was doing right there, I'll throw up some of those pictures, but what I was doing right there was some pre-burst. Because that warbler's constantly moving his head and twitching around, right? And so rather than waste, 100 photos of trying to like capture that movement preemptively of when I like that position that he's in with his head turned, what I did was I held down this shutter speed button and just held it. And what that's doing is taking a rolling a rolling set of photos in frames of, so 90 frames every 1.5 seconds that it's saving continuously to the camera. But after 1.5 seconds, it's getting rid of it. So it's on a rolling timer. And once you actually go from just half pressing it to full pressing, then it will snap and save all the photos in the last second and a half, up to the last second and a half, as long as you're holding the shutter button halfway. And so what's really cool about that is that I was able to wait until he moved his head to the direction I wanted in those sudden jitters that he was doing. And then when he moved his head in a way that I liked the pose, even if he moved out of it quicker than I could push the shutter button, I was still able to save that moment because I just backlogged it with the pre-burst. So that's how that works. I really like those guys. I don't get to see them too much either, so. All right, well, I think we will call it a day. The sun still hasn't come out, which has amazed me. Like, this must be much more dug into the mountains than I expected. It's an hour after sunrise and no sunrise to be seen. So, I think I better go this other way. So, yeah, unfortunately I do need to get going. I got a hike that I promised with my wife. But, yeah, still, incredible day. Some very cool moments we were able to have, and regardless, a very fun walk. So hope you guys like this, being able to see kind of behind the scenes use with the G9 II. Hopefully it was useful for you guys, and hopefully you just enjoyed being out in nature with me on this forest walk. If you like this type of video, comment below, let me know, I can make more of them. And yeah, I'll see you guys around soon.